Hello, welcome to lesson number 65. In our 64th lesson, we were looking at the adaptations of the heart to its function. Today, we're going to look at the internal structure of a mammalian heart. In the heart, as we checked in the previous lesson, we realized that it has some 4 chambers. That is 2 auricles and 2 ventricles. We also realized that it has valves and valve tendons. We saw their functions. But today, I'd like us to check onto a PowerPoint that I'm having here, whereby we're going to see where these atria and the ventricles are located in the heart, and how they perform that function. We are also going to see how or where the valves are located, together with how they look like, the types of valves that we have. Besides, we will also be able to see the tendons, where they are located, how they look like, and their structure. Let's look at this PowerPoint here. We're going to see how they look like. Okay, let's go.
The internal structure of the heart. The heart is a very important organ which plays the role of pumping of blood to all other parts of the body. Therefore, it has chambers and the vessels which facilitate this function. The first chamber here is the right atrium, also called the right auricle. We also have the right ventricle down here. We also have the left atrium and the left ventricle. Inside those chambers, there are structures such as the valves. These are the valves here. I think you can be able to see them. And we also have some structures called the tendons, which may also be called the valve tendons because they are attached to the valves. That is that pointer, that blue ink that I've just drawn, blue line that I've drawn there, is showing the valve tendon. We also have various blood vessels such as the inferior vena cava. Remember, it's called the inferior vena cava because it is getting blood from other lower parts of the body, the lower extremities of the body, such as the legs, body parts such as the stomach, such as the abdominal region, and all other regions found below it. Then we also have this part, which is this vessel called the superior vena cava. The superior vena cava is able to get blood from the head region, that is the brain, nose, eyes, and vital organs, which includes such. The superior vena cava brings that blood into the right atrium as well as the vena cava too. We also have the pulmonary artery. This is the artery that brings blood, this artery here. This is the artery that brings blood into the lungs from the right ventricle for the process of oxygenation to take place. We also have the pulmonary vein. This is the vein that brings blood, this vein over here. It is the vein that brings blood from the lungs into the heart. Why is it coming back to the heart? It is brought back to the heart so that it can be pumped to other parts of the body through the vessel called the aorta. Aorta is here. It has been sub-branched so that blood flows at a higher pressure to all those other parts of the body. Internal structure of the heart also comprise of the pericardium membrane. Pericardium membrane is just the membrane that covers it. It surrounds the entire heart as a muscle. And we also need to look at this other diagram over here. which is still showing the internal structure of the heart, but in this case there are some colorings which have been used to differentiate them and to make it even much more visible. Thank you for watching the lesson. That is the end of it. Let's meet next when I'll be talking about the adaptations of the heart to its function. Thank you.